So derivation of resultant stress when a column of rectangular section is subjected to an eccentric load. Okay, first of all, we all know that the column is loaded here. Okay, this is our axial position of the column. Okay, center point of the column. So with respect to this position, the load is applied little bit eccentricity. So E, okay, so E is nothing but eccentricity. So consider the plan or cross-sectional view of the column about its axis. So this is YY axis and this is XX axis. Okay, so at XX axis the load is acting P. Okay, so from this position the eccentricity is available here. Okay, now the breadth, the depth of the column is denoted by small d and the breadth of the column is denoted by small b. So this is the cross-sectional data of the column and this is, I said, position of the load P. Now we have to calculate the stresses. Okay, let P is equal to eccentric load of column. Eccentric load of column, sorry, on column. E equal to eccentricity of the load. Eccentricity of the load. Sigma naught is equal to direct stress. Sigma B is equal to bending stress. Meanwhile, B is equal to width of column, D equal to depth of the column. Okay, now let us area of column is equal to A, that is equal to breadth into depth. Now what we have to calculate, the moment, okay, because of eccentric load, the moment due to eccentricity of load, eccentricity of load, that is nothing but M is equal to capital P into E. Okay, therefore here the direct stress sigma naught is equal to P by A directly. Okay, now the bending stress. Okay, so bending stress sigma B due to moment at any point of column section at a distance of y from the neutral axis. Okay, at a distance of y from the neutral axis, y from neutral axis in y direction. Okay, now so we all know that one formula, M by I is equal to sigma B by Y. So from this M by I is equal to sigma b by plus or minus y. Okay, so here why we are giving plus or minus y means if it is, it may be the y may be lies the right side of the portion or left side of the portion. Okay, so based on that it is going to change a, b, c and d. Okay, so it may be lies in bc means it is pure compression zone, this zone. Okay, now and based on the position it may change. Okay, that's why. So plus or minus y. Therefore, sigma b is equal to m by I into y plus or minus. So this is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. So now we have to calculate the moment of inertia. Moment of inertia of column cross section about y axis. Okay, so we all know that Iyy is equal to b cube d by 12. Okay, so we have to substitute this value into equation number 2. So m by I is equal to, sorry, m by I into y, sigma b is equal to plus or minus. Okay, so here we have to substitute the I value. M by I is equal to b cube d by 12 into y. So the equation is going to be changed as 12m divided by b cube d into y. So here we have to substitute the value of y. Okay, so y is nothing but with respect to breadth we are going to substitute. So b by 2 I am going to substitute. So with respect to the centroid distance with respect to the extreme fiber, so this is called y, which is nothing but b by 2. So I have to substitute this value. So substitute y is equal to b by 2 in the above equation, so that sigma b is equal to plus or minus 12m by b cube d into b by 2. So it is going to get cancelled and we can get 6, pb gets cancelled, so it becomes b squared. So the equation becomes 6m divided by b squared d. Okay, so that also I am going to change like this. So instead of b squared, we are going to write it as b into b into d. So we all know that area is equal to b into d. Okay, so instead of this bd I am going to write as a area a. So plus or minus 6m divided by a into b. Okay, and we all know that moment m is equal to p into e. So that we are going to substitute now. So plus or minus 6 into p into e divided by a into b. Okay, so therefore sigma b is equal to 6 into force into eccentricity pe into area into breadth. Okay, so this is the value of sigma b. Now this is equation number 3 we can take. Okay, now let us consider sigma max. Sigma max is nothing but maximum stress. Maximum stress. Okay, so where it can have, so the maximum stress I already said the compression force maybe lies here. Okay, so it should be maximum in the line BC. Okay, and similarly it should be minimum in the line DA or AD. So the maximum stress is stress along B in C. Similarly, minimum stress along AD. Okay. Why I am saying this word now? So think about it. The load is acting here. Okay. So this area can be have maximum stress. Okay, now because of the application of load. When it is going towards this side, the intensity of load is going to reduce because of loading. Okay, because of eccentricity. So it going to reduce like this. Okay. Based on this, if the value is positive, then we are going to say this stress is becomes compressive stress. Okay, now, and similarly here, if the value is 0, then there is no stress. There is no stress. Okay, and if it is negative, then the stress becomes tensile stress. Okay, and if it is positive, then it is compressive stress. So this is the way we have to assume, or we have to get the result. Okay, so that sigma max becomes direct stress plus bending stress. So that direct stress is equal to P by A plus sigma B becomes 6 into P into E divided by A into B. Whereas P by A is common. So P by A into 1 plus 6E by B. So this is the formula for maximum stress. Similarly, minimum stress, sigma minimum, which is nothing but sigma naught minus sigma B. So whereas sigma naught becomes P by A, sigma B becomes 6 into P into E divided by A into B. Okay. So we are going to take P by A as common term. So 1 minus 6E divided by B. This is the minimum stress value. So these are all the formula we are going to use to calculate the stresses. Okay, now in the column subjected to eccentricity in a single axis. Okay, now either it may be with respect to y direction or with respect to x direction. So only one axis, the eccentricity of load we can have. So these are all the formula we are going to use: maximum stress, minimum stress. Then our direct stress becomes P by A. Bending stress becomes M by I into Y.